Welcome to 2 Minute Doctrine. Our goal in this series is to articulate a Christian doctrine in 2 minutes or less. In this video, we're talking about who is the Holy One of Israel. This is the 5th video in a series on God's holiness. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock as we continue to explore this question. Now that we've seen the connection between holiness and Christian ethics, we need to understand how Christian ethics and the Holy Spirit link together to form Christian hope. Hope is a verb of inspiration. Hope has feathers. Hope is. I've also heard it floats.
Hope floats.
Well, Christian hope is not really like a Hallmark video. That saying would go great on a greeting card. No, thank you. What do you have against Hallmark videos and greeting cards, you monster? You know what? Just for that, you're not invited to Great Aunt Beth's Hallmark party. Oh, man. Well, she does make really good pie, though. One of the primary roles of the Holy Spirit is sanctification of the believer, maturing young believers to become more like Christ. As such, the work of the Holy Spirit produces hope. As Paul says in Romans, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope." Paul goes on to explain, "I have written you very boldly by way of reminder, so that the offering of the Gentiles may be acceptable, sanctified by the Holy Spirit." In this way, the hope produced by the Holy Spirit is a crucial part of sanctification and holiness. Because God is holy, the majestic Holy One of Israel, who is perfect in his actions, we understand that God's holiness will not permit sin to flourish forever. The hope which the Holy Spirit produces concerns sin and evil, that it will be defeated ultimately. So God's holiness is in a cosmic battle, and it kind of just pews all the bad guys? It may be helpful to think of God's holiness not in terms of a war, but in terms of producing a victory. The goal of holiness isn't to eradicate people, but to refine Christian believers. As Paul states, "More than that, we rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit." I don't like any of those words. Suffering, endurance, character? Wow. Our hope is not put to shame because death is not the end of hope. As God's holiness refines and purifies his believers, they come to a better relationship with him, which continues into eternity. Derek Tidball frames this idea. Holiness may not be the only ambition God has for us, but it is a major priority, and one which encompasses the others. Is not his desire that we should know Christ, love one another, walk in the Spirit, and cooperate with him in his mission? Certainly, but these cannot be undertaken apart from holiness. Holiness is the essence of the life of Christian discipleship. Well, we hope you enjoyed this quick summary of a Christian doctrine. Please like and share for more videos just like this one. If there's a specific Christian doctrine you'd like us to explore, please leave it in the comment section below. Hope hopes against all hope, and you can take that to the bank and hope that the bank doesn't have a run on it, and hope that you're not overdrawn, and hope you don't have to pay interest. That's what hope is. Hoping against all hope that there's still hope. That's deep. I hope you realize that made absolutely no sense.